Proverbs chapter 9. Wisdom has built her house. She has hewn out her 7 pillars. She has slaughtered her meat. She has mixed her wine. She has also furnished her table. She has sent out her maidens. She cries out from the highest places of the city, "Whoever is simple, let him turn in here." As for him who lacks understanding, she says to him, "Come, eat of my bread, and drink of the wine I have mixed. Forsake foolishness and live, and go in the way of understanding. He who corrects a scoffer gets shame for himself, and he who rebukes a wicked man only harms himself. Do not correct a scoffer lest he hate you. Rebuke a wise man, and he will love you. Give instruction to a wise man, and he will still be wiser. Teach a just man, and he will increase in learning. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the Holy One is understanding. For by me your days will be multiplied, and years of life will be added to you. If you are wise for yourself, and if you scoff, you will bear it alone. A foolish woman is clamorous. She is simple and knows nothing, for she sits at the door of her house, on a seat by the highest places of the city, to call to those who pass by, who go straight on their way. Whoever is simple, let him turn in here. And as for him who lacks understanding, she says to him, "Stolen water is sweet, and bread eaten in secret is pleasant." But he does not know that the dead are there, that her guests are in the depths of hell. Proverbs chapter 9 and verse 10 says, "The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the Holy One is understanding." Well, Proverbs speaks of the fear of the Lord quite a few times throughout the book. And we've covered this before, but I want to make sure that we go back and talk about it over and over and over again, because the fear of the Lord is something that's very important. And I want to make sure that we have the right idea and the right concept behind what it means to fear the Lord. Now, to fear the Lord isn't that idea of being afraid that he's going to strike us down at any second. The idea of the fear of the Lord is respecting God. Respecting and acknowledging that he is our Lord and Creator. That he is greater than anything that we could ever be. We are humbly far underneath him. He has much glory and honor and presence, much more than we have. And we need to respect that honor. We need to glorify. We need to respond in the right manner to our Lord, because of the fact that he is Lord and Creator of all the universe, including the creator of both you and the creator of myself. And that is us fearing him. This reminds me, fearing the Lord is always doing right. Fearing the Lord reminds me of a saying, and you probably heard it before, but it's a saying that it's never right to do wrong in order to do right. Let me say it one more time. It's never right to do wrong in order to do right. And we might say in order to do right again. It's important that instead of trying to finagle out ways that we can do right and maybe take a situation and turn it in our favor, to instead always simply do right. Now, there's a song that I learned as a child. I'm going to take you through it here real quick. It's called "Do Right," and it reminds me of the fear of God, and kind of how Proverbs here is connecting it together. But the first verse goes, "From the very start, have purpose in your heart to do what's right and never question why. Never count the cost, though everything seems lost. The price for doing right is sometimes high." Now the second verse goes, "Right is always right, and wrong is always wrong, and we must learn to separate the two. If you love the right, the Lord will give you light. So seek the right in everything you do." And then the chorus goes, "Do right till the stars fall. Do right till the last call. Do right when there's no one else to stand by you. Do right when you're all alone. Do right though it's never known. Do right since you love the Lord. Do right, do right." Now here's the thing. We have to purpose in our heart that we are going to do right no matter what. No matter what the cost. No matter if anyone else is standing with us or not, we have to purpose that we are going to do right. And this is something big. I think it's oftentimes something we don't think about. We're like, well, when God opens up those doors and he puts us into a situation, then we'll consider it then, and then most likely we'll do right. The thing is, if we aren't prepared for situations before they come, we have a tendency to run away from them, or to make a snap decision and make the wrong decision in the moment. Where God says, look, I'm giving you my wisdom right now so you can prepare for what is to come. So instead of thinking about it, instead of thinking, what am I going to get out of this situation when you're faced with it? Instead, simply do right. Whatever the situation is, whatever the scenario may come through, whatever the day may bring, simply do right. That's my hope and my prayer for you today. Go out and do right. Thanks for coming today. I appreciate you. Have a great day. God bless.